Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Shem Yahshai, Bashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Rule World. Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of centering truth. Um, yeah, got this article on The Guardian. It says, third sea wave sweeps across EU and forces new restrictions. New variants blamed as Italy, France, Germany, and Poland see infection rates surge. Yeah, so, you had, for a little while, it was kind of being like, oh, this thing's done, it's a wrap, we're out of here. But now, once again, you've got damn, you've got it. So it's this essentially this thing that's going around. It's not gonna end, and that's really what you're seeing, because for them in Europe, basically saying now we got to lock it all down again, then means like, hey, the vaccine gets pushed out much harder. So it says a third wave of the sea pandemic is now advancing swiftly across much of Europe. As a result, many nations bogged down by sluggish max campaigns are witnessing sharp rises in infection rates and numbers of cases. The infection rate in the EU is now at its highest level since the beginning of February, with the spread of the new variants of the C19 virus being blamed for much of the recent increase. Several countries are now set to impose strict new lockdown measures in the next few days, in contrast to the UK, which is beginning to emerge slowly from its current bout of shop and school closures and sports bans. In Italy, authorities recorded more than 27,000 new cases and 380 deaths on Friday, more than a year after the start of the health emergency. We are unfortunately facing a new wave of infections, said Prime Minister Mario Draghi. It's a me. Fucking Mario. That's hilarious. The memory of what happened last spring is vivid, and we will do everything to prevent it from happening again. So it's these guys are stuck in a time loop, man. It's never ending. But that's how these and it's the most telling is the third um graph they use. They're saying, oh, these other countries locking down. This is why. From Friday, most of Italy will be placed under lockdown, and people will only be allowed to leave their homes for essential errands. Most shops will be closed, along with bars and restaurants. In France, authorities have reported. I feel like it's going to be similar over here as well, because I think it's like another 4 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, till stuff starts opening again. Then cases are going to go up, and they're going to say, "No, we're going to have to shut it all down." But it's what's the word? It's not even Stockholm syndrome. I was thinking it's basically just keeping people in purgatory, man. They're thinking they're gonna get an escape, but it just never ends. And what's the escape? The max. That's people are gonna be clamoring for it, man. Most shops will be closed along with bars and restaurants. In France, authorities have reported a similar grim situation, with Health Minister Olivier Véran describing the situation in the Greater Paris region as tense and worrying. Every 12 minutes, night and day, a Parisian is admitted to an intensive care bed, he revealed. Yeah, it's kind of, it's being promoted, people are basically being bombarded and overloaded with, uh, you know, fear. And that's what ESOs are utilizing, man. Because these people are like, oh my god, you know, if this gets out of control, so what are we gonna do? The world's gonna, you know, little do they know. But that's, you know, that's the mindset these elites are molding these people into. Because by and large, it's like you talk to people in the world, they're just thinking like, oh, just want to get my max and go back to. That's all they're thinking about. Going back to, you know, having a good time. President Macron has imposed curfews and other social restrictions in several regions, and many doctors are now pressing him to introduce a national lockdown as a matter of urgency. Yeah. So, thing is like, it's showing that a lockdown's not even a solution. It's kind of mad, but it's as far as normalizing those restrictions that are just they're gonna stay a factor, man. They're not really gonna stay a fact. Not really gonna stay. They're not really gonna go away. You know, those lockdowns, people having freedoms restricted. That's, you know, already been accepted and justified, and it's gonna continue to be so. It says in Germany, 12,674 new C infections reported on Saturday, a rise of 3,111 from the previous week. As the head of the country's infectious disease agency acknowledged that the country was now in the grip of a third wave. It's just, you know, the waves never end. Yeah. So it's, you know, this is how these elite. It's a thing where it's a back and forth, man. They're continue. It's this thing going around. It's a tool that allows them to, you know, to push whatever policy they desire, and that's how it's been utilized, and it's come to be accepted. And that's, you know, it's looking like this thing's just gonna be used and pushing, going into that mark, man, going into that chip, that implantable chip, which everyone's gonna get. And there's also the possibility it could be within that max, but you never know. So yeah, Psalms 64:2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Yeah, so all these, you know, all this wickedness that's being worked, that's been schemed in the dark, it's essentially aiming at Jake. And that's how, you know, done videos before going into how the what do you call it, man, the key parties they're looking to get to jump on the max is what Jake, you know, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom. They always mention America, they always question the blacks and Hispanics. The UK, they mention, you know, blacks and ethnic minorities. So yeah, says that they may shoot in secret the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Yeah. So these men are essentially pushing themselves, you know. All they're doing in the dark is looking to bring you know, destruction against Jake. That's the thing. All these circumstances, people are like, oh, you know, it's for your health, for this, for that. Okay, well, it's gonna shake out to what what the goals were, because the same thing whenever these events go down, the goals become clear in the end, and they're always hidden, man. That's how these Esau's governments have been going down. But people are simple as hell. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom, Shalom.